Good day to Dr. Unku. I'm THIVYASHNI from Group 10 and I'm going to explain the video of penguins of Madagascar Christmas caper clip. This video is about 4 penguins and it shows on a Christmas Eve the youngest penguin of the team, Private, slips out of the zoo for some last minute shopping. He wanted to get a present for a lonely poor bear named Ted. While he was roaming in the city Manhattan, he was mistaken as a cute chew toy by a mean old woman named Nana, who gives Private her vicious dog, Mr. Chew. On a mission to rescue their penguin Paul, Skipper Kowalski and Rico had risked their life and Flipper as they take on Nana and Mr. Chew with an explosive solution at their apartment before it's too late. They escalate into chaos against Mr. Chew, all the while not noticed by Nana, who is occupied watching a football game. When they are done, they denotate the door with a stick of dynamite, which Rico had repeatedly attempted to use prior, finally attracting Nana's attention and leaving Mr. Chew to take the fall for what the penguins have done to her place. In the midst of rescuing Private, the other 3 penguins had to go through a lot of obstacles to get in Nana's apartment. On that account, we can see that the main key of their success of rescuing their pal is a good teamwork. Nevertheless, there are also other key components which help them to be an effective team. We also find this video is a good example for our workplace. Moving on to the topic related to this video, which is work team. The Madagascar penguins video has a dominant correlation with work teams. As we know, the 3 penguins had to work together to save their paw. This is because working in a team can help to achieve feats with collaborative minds. Besides, this team is apparent to be a problem-solving type of team, where it is temporary and they focus on solving a specific issue. Regarding this topic, the discussion is about the principle of the concept, which is the team effectiveness or also the characteristic of an effective team. Therefore, from the video, the aspects we observed are the first one, context, leadership and structure. These penguins have a good leadership and agreeableness among them. They are effective as they establish a shared leadership where even though Skipper seems likely to be the leader, other 2 penguins also get to make the decision. Climate of trust. The trust among the penguins lead to more cooperation, reduce the need to monitor behavior and the bond between them. They are more likely to take risks, which allows them to accept and commit to their goal and decision. The second one is composition, abilities of members. These penguins have problem-solving and decision-making skills. They identify problems, generate and evaluate alternatives, and then make competent choices in the chaos of rescuing Private. Personality. Significant influence on individual behavior can also be extended to a team behavior. Therefore, these penguins have a higher level of extroversion, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and emotional stability based on the Big 5 personality model. Size of teams. This team has an adequate number of penguins who can do the task. An effective team tends to be small. Member preferences. Penguins who feel role demands and prefer to be a part of the group. The third one is process. Common purpose. The penguins have purpose, which to rescue their paw from the old lady, which provides direction, commitment, and momentum in their work. Specific goals. Their common purpose to save Private translated into specific, measurable, and realistic goals, which led to higher performances. They also facilitate clear communication and maintain focus on rescuing their paw. Team efficacy. All 3 of them have confidence in themselves and believe that they can succeed. Team identity. As they recognize members of a group, it unites them around collective goals. Team cohesion. This team has strength and extent of connection existing among them. Hence, they participate readily to accomplish the set goal. Therefore, the factors that make this team a successful one are sense of urgency, they also set clear rules of behavior, and they spend lots of time together. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So today, I will present about my part, personality. So what is personality? Personality is the pattern of relatively enduring the ways the person feel, think, and behave. We identify the personality of every character based on Big Five personality model. We have 5 components on it: extroversions, neuroticism, agreeableness, conscientiousness, and openness to experience. Let's go to the first character in the video. Skipper, the leader of the group. Skipper is high extroversion. When someone is high extroversion, he is so talkative. The reason is he need to give order to his team and make sure his team stay focused. Skipper is low neuroticism. In the video, when his first plan is failed, he calm in making a decision. Skipper is high agreeableness person. Suggestion from his team will be considered a solution to a problem. And also, Skipper is conscientiousness, high conscientiousness. When someone is high conscientiousness, he is responsible and careful. Skipper willing to take a risk to go to the apartment without knowing danger upon them. This is because he knows his responsibility as a leader. Skipper is high openness experience. He is imaginative, curious, and open-minded. Right now, we talk about another character. So this is the Big Five personality model profile. He low extroversion or introversion. The reason is he is so emotional and shy. Private is high neuroticism. In the video, he becomes so panicked and cannot decide what to do when he in danger. Private is high agreeableness person. He is friendly with his group and also with animal at the zoo. A person with high agreeableness has optimistic view of human nature and easy to get along with others. Private is low conscientiousness penguin. He is so careless, and the reason he get caught because of his mistake. Private is low openness to experience. People with low openness to experience doesn't like to try a new thing. Let's talk about ability. What is ability? Ability is possessions of the mean or skill to do something. Ability also refer as a talent, skill, or proficiency in particular area. For ability, we choose another character. Is Kowalski. Kowalski is a group strategies and gadgets. The cognitive ability that Kowalski have is a reasoning ability. In the video, show Kowalski execute the plan for his team. After he observed that they have opportunity to escape from chaos. His plan to make sure the dog is down so they can make out from the apartment. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Arizi. I will explain my part about leadership. First, what is leadership? Many definitions about leadership, but leadership is the potential to influence behavior of others. It also defined as the capacity to influence a group towards the realization of a goal. Leaders are required to develop future vision and to motivate the organizational member to want to achieve the vision. The next is kind elements of leadership. I will explain 4 elements of leadership. First, attendant or followership. The existence of the leadership reflects the presence of followers. Become a leader because some people are willing to follow, namely acting according to the wishes of their leader. Next, it's goals. The second is goals. Leaderships arise because of the participation that cooperates in achieving a set goal together. With the presence of certain goals, cooperation arises and leadership also arises to agree. And next, the third is influencing activity. This means what leads to its guiding activities, control and direct the action of others toward a certain goal. And the last is confidence. A good leader embodies confidence. No one will follow a leader that is not self-assured, and people can see through a face of confidence. A leader who can articulate their goals and stand by decision is far more effective than someone trying to hide their insecurities behind a mask of arrogance. Even after failure, a good leader is able to trust their good and take on any decision. Confident leaders are generally happier, create a better relationship, remain open to risks, accept feedbacks, think for themselves, recognize success, and also are more motivated. The next is leadership function. The kind of leadership function. First, instructive function. Leaders make decisions on people who are led. The leader, as a communicator, represents the party that determines what, who, when, and where, so results can be created effective. Next, it's consultative function. The leaders often ask for the material consideration requested by the people they lead. Consultation can be done through the reverse flow, from people led by leaders who approve and order its implementation. This is important because this is ongoing communication and two-way communication, while the implementation is highly dependent on the leader. The next function is participatory function. This function means the willingness of the leaders not to hold hands when the person is leading the decision. Leaders cannot issue decision and carry out their implementation, but also they participate in the implementation process within the limits of not shifting and asking the officer responsible for implementing them. The last one function, not the last. The next function is delegative function. This function requires the leader to sort out the mind text of the organization and allow what can be delegated to people. The trust delegation function. The leaders must be ready and can trust others by his position. The last function is control function. Leaders who are responsible for their work carried out in the direct and effective manner that allows the achievement of maximum shared goals. The last part of leadership is kind of style. Actually, there are many kinds of leadership style, but I will explain four common leadership style. First, autocratic. This type of leader is someone who is focused almost entirely on result and efficiency. They often make decisions alone or with a small, trusted group and expect employees to do exactly what they are asked. It can be helpful to think of this type of leaders as military commanders. The second is transformational. The transformational leadership style is similar to the coach style in that it focuses on clear communication, goal setting, and employee motivation. However, instead of placing the majority of the energy into each employee's individual goals, the transformational leaders is driven by a commitment to organizational objective. Because this type of leaders spend much of their time on the big picture. This type this style of leading is best for teams and can handle many delegate tasks without constant supervision. The next is transactional. A transactional leader is someone who is laser focused on performance, similar to pace setter. Under this leadership style, the manager establishes a predet- 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 predetermined in incentiveness, usually in the form of monetary reward for success and disciplinary action for failure. The last one is bureaucratic. Bureaucratic leaders are similar to autocratic leaders in that they expect their team members to follow rules and produce precisely as written. The bureaucratic leadership style focuses on fixed duties within a hierarchy. The bureaucratic leadership style focuses on the fixed duties within a hierarchy where each employee has a set list of responsibility and there is little need for collaboration and creatively. That's all for me and thank you.
Okay, and next is function of communication. There are a lot of functions of communication, and I choose two of them that is related with that video. First is emotional sharing, and second is information exchange. Emotional sharing is distinguishing show satisfaction and frustration, communication within the group. The communication provide emotional sharing of feeling and fulfillment of social need. As example, when they finally managed to save Friday from Nana and celebrate Christmas together with the bear. And next is information exchange. Communication provide information within the group can transmit the data and evaluate their choice. This penguin communicate and with their discussion before they make a decision. And one of them will give a direction if an action is taken. It shows that they always discuss and exchange information before they decide something. Channel richness. Channel richness is amount of information that can be transmitted. In that video, this penguin used face-to-face communication with this very high richness because it allows immediate feedback. For oral communication. The verbal communication is type of oral communication that is totally used in that video. Whereas a message is transmitted through the spoken word.
Every information can be transmitted directly among them. For lateral communication, this is communication take part among of them in the same group and in the same level. Communication within a team of the penguin is works together to save the private and resolve the conflict. It can be seen that communication among them have a higher quality of information exchange since it is directly within the team in the same situation. Okay, next I will tell about communication. There is process of communication in that video. They communicate well within their group. This penguin have a good communication to achieve their mission to save his friend that is private. In the group there is Rico, Kowalski, and Skipper. So the process of communication have seven items that is sender, message, encoding, channel, receiver, decoding, and feedback. Sender is who start the communication, and message is idea, information, fact, feeling, or view that is generated by the sender and then intend to communicate further. Receiver. Receiver is person who last in change, and once the receiver receive the message and understand it properly, the communication is successful. And the last is feedback. Feedback when the receiver understand the message and can generate the message, so the communication is successful and complete.